Hello there, and welcome to my next video for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, in which I have a little bit of a confession to make, and she is staring at you right now in my first place party slot in this party. Yes, that's right, I managed to pull 4 and I got Rosa's EX weapon. Now, I don't have a pull video for that because, if I'm being perfectly honest, I didn't expect to actually get it. In fact, I wasn't originally intending on pulling on the banner at all in the first place, but we have been absolutely showered in rewards recently. We've had the 20 tickets for the stream rewards. We've had the 7k gems from the 7 million players campaign. The summon boards have just released recently. I hope all your guys grinding is going well on the E-Freak board. As you can see, I've been quite busy. You see, I've got Boardmaster on all my main party right now, so I've been grinding the summon boards like a madman. There's all the player missions for the summon boards, which I didn't initially realise were going to be there, so we have just been absolutely swimming in resources. Like, I bottomed out on tickets on Kuja, right? I spent 337 fucking tickets to get Kuja's EX weapon. I didn't even get it. I had to plough in 50k gems on top of that. And I'm already back at over 250 tickets, which is insane. And the fact that we get these summon boards every other month, I mean, yeah, it's a grind, okay? It's monotonous, I understand, but it's so worth it if you put the time in. The amount of things you get back in return, it's just, it's a little bit overwhelming, to be honest. It's so good, especially for free-to-play players, but even friggin' whales, you get like a shit ton of resources. It doesn't matter how you play the game, like, everyone should do it if they have time. It is time-consuming, that's the only thing. But anyway, all these rewards are have extremely good timing, because the succession of banners that we've got coming up in the next few weeks and the next couple of months is, well, it's honestly mouth-watering. Like, we've got Lena, Lost Chapter, that's dropping on the 17th of June. We've got Golbez coming up soon. We've got Rinoa at the end of the month sometime. We've got Sephiroth's Lost Chapter, who's probably going to be like early July. If I'm honest, like, this kind of era of the game is it's the time I've been waiting for since I started playing this game again back in last August. And it is finally upon us. I've got my resources stashed up, I've got my people farmed up, I'm all ready for this shit to drop. So you might be tempted to ask then, in that case, why did you pull for Rosa? And that's a very good question. So, in my opinion, being perfectly objective, Rosa is very good, but she is not good enough compared to the characters that are coming up in the next few weeks to make her really worth it to pull objectively. Her main competition, she's a support, right? But she's an offensive support. She's like a support DPS hybrid. I'm going to call them DPS, even though it's turn-based. It's like a support DPS hybrid. And her main competition will be Lena. Now, I would argue that Rosa actually does more for the team's offense than Lena does, in terms of brave shaving, but Lena has several points over Rosa. She has the debuff immunity, she has 20% HP healing per turn, and she has all the massive initial bravery regen that she gives to the party. So on a surface, you know, in terms of utility, Lena is going to win. Unfortunately, there's no way around it. And she's overall a better character until we get into the Chaos era. So all that being said, I was originally intending to skip Rosa's banner, but the more time went on, I really started to want to pull for her. I knew she was optional, but I really wanted her. And the thing that actually swung that in favour of pulling for her was two things. The first thing is actually her design. In Opera Omnia, I think that it's absolutely beautiful. You know, I think she's really well put together. She looks somehow cool and cute, like, at the same time. Like, how do you pull that off? You know, Cecil chose very well when he went for Rosa, I think. And the second thing that swayed it in favour is I really love her playstyle, to be honest. Because she has Divine Blast and Prey are her two main abilities. Divine Blast being a 3-hit non-elemental brave HP attack. I thought it was holy, but it's actually non-elemental. The batteries the party for 30% of the damage dealt. which is really good for me because I prefer to play offensively. You know, I like to keep the pace going and attack if possible. But it's kind of like a baby version of Eiko's Smite, except it doesn't have high turn rate and it has much better Brave Shaving than Smite does. So it lets you keep attacking, and if the enemies are targeting your other two party members, you basically prevent them from getting broken just by doing an attack, which is great. And obviously it also increases the damage they do, because they have a bit of Brave Fill to start the turn with. And on her Prey ability, she gives re-raise to the party, which, to be honest, if you're dying, you're probably doing something wrong, so I don't really care about that. It's the aura that she gives everyone, which is the most important, and that is 50% max brave, attack, and initial bravery. As long as her health is above 80% or below 20%. Unfortunately, that's the main restriction for it, and because she doesn't heal until her rework and her EX Plus in the Chaos era, I have no idea why she doesn't heal. How the hell do you have a bunch of cutscenes with Rosa healing everyone, and you know, playing basically the camp white mage, who's just kind of healing everyone in the party, and kind of charming everyone with her demure charms, you know. How the fuck does she not heal? I don't understand. Like, Square, what are you doing? But she, you know, other party members can cover that. If you've got Paladin Cecil, she obviously makes an amazing pair with him, which is only fitting considering their relationship in Final Fantasy IV. But there are ways around it. Not all fights will actually involve HP damage, so you can kind of work around it. And then she has her Crystal Strength 50 passive, which is Rosa's, what is it, Devoted White Mage, I think it is. Yeah, again, she's like the OG White Mage. Have you guys even played Final Fantasy IV? She has friggin' Kuraja, for fuck's sake. How does somebody that has Kuraja not able to heal? It's just bonkers. But anyway, this gives a further boost to her aura buff, basically, to initial bravery and attack. And with her artifacts, which I'm still working on at the moment, she can boost that up even further by 5% per 2-star. So all in all, she can give a max of 75% attack and initial bravery, and 50% max bravery to the party. And in terms of attack, I believe even to this day that is the single strongest aura in the game. So yes, she has some drawbacks. Mechanically, she has some quirks that you have to work around, but if you can work around them, then you know she's really quite strong. She becomes absolutely amazing when Chaos hits and when her EX Plus comes. But even until then, she'll be quite good. Anyone who's pulled for her will definitely not regret it, and especially because that aura is like a unique buff that stacks with everything. She's very easy to use in almost any party, to be honest. You know, she's kind of like Bart's and Quistis, actually. She fits in kind of anywhere. And I know for a fact that when Rinoa, when Lena in particular comes out, I plan on using Rosa and Lena in the same party, because Lena gives bravery gen to everyone and Rosa buffs everyone's initial bravery by like 75%. If you throw Selfie in there too, like, I think a party of Rinoa, Selfie and Lena will be just the most batshit insane bravery gen that's possible, like, in the game, at least at this moment in time. But I mean, that's kind of gimmicky, but I'm still probably going to try it just for fun. So yeah, I mean, that on top of the fact that I did play Final Fantasy IV. It wasn't my favourite game, to be honest, the original version, but I actually played the DS version and I really enjoyed it. And I do like Rosa's role in it as well. I think it's quite unusual for Final Fantasy that we have a girlfriend stroke wife type of character where the relationship with the protagonist is actually already established at the beginning of the game. I thought that was quite cool. But it was her mechanics and her playstyle and her design in Opera Omnia that really got me to pull for her, to be honest. That, combined with the knowledge that I knew that if I wasn't going to get her now, I was definitely going to get her when EX Plus rolls around. But that sort of period of time in the Japanese version, it's around the time when Emperor comes out, Yuffie gets an EX Plus, Balthier gets an EX Plus, Bartz gets his second reworks an EX Plus. Like, no matter when you choose to pull for Rosa, if you pull for her now, you're competing against Rinoa, Sephiroth, Lena, Golbez. If you pull for her when she comes out in Chaos, you're competing against friggin' Emperor, Yuffie, Balthier. Like, you know, there's a lot of strong characters regardless of when you're gonna go for her. So I was like, you know, we got showered in tickets. I was like, I'll just throw a few tickets. You know, what harm could it do? And I think after like 35 tickets, bam, there's her EX, and I'm like, well, that's perfect. Okay, so that sort of introductory ramble out of the way, I'm going to be coming back to her own EX quest, and I'm going to be bringing along a party of Rosa, Quistis, and Kuja, and I'm going to be bringing along a Quistis friend. Now, as you see, I've got Boardmaster on everyone that I farmed up, and I have noticed, in particular, the Ifrit critical hit passive really increases the amount of damage that you do. An Ifrit attack up is pretty good as well, but if you get those two, which is highly recommended for any, well, almost any character, anyone that hits bravery really can get a lot from these two. And this one is just kind of because there's nothing else better, you know. But it actually really noticeably increases your damage output. And I'm bringing along an Ifrit summon to this fight as well, instead of Bahamut. Now, you might ask, why are you bringing Ifrit when these bosses don't have a fire elemental weakness? Well, there's two reasons. The first reason is that it charges faster when you awaken it to level 30, so we will actually be able to summon sooner. And it actually gives the same amount of max brave bonus in the summon now that Bahamut does. They both give 6,000 base max bravery. And the second reason is that we're going to be batterying so much between two Quistises and a Rosa. With all of our attack buffs and all of our battery, we don't actually need the bonus from Bahamut to do a shit ton of damage, which we're going to see. And I wanted to get a higher score on this quest. Obviously, that's not the main reason that's not the reason that I pulled for Rosa, but I knew it would be possible to use a direct damage comp. I wanted to get a higher score here, but I wanted to avoid using launchers if at all possible. So Kuja's basically there just to be a trash clearer to get us to the bosses, which is kind of what I use most of the time. It's what I use friend Kuja for, but it's better to use a friend Quistis because we need the damage on the antlines. So to be honest here, there's actually no harm in just spamming Ultima, because he's not going to stick around long enough. We get the prey up from Rosa to get everyone buffed up. Look at that, we do 15k damage on the whip. That's about enough to get her up to the threshold for her bravery attack, right from out of nowhere, that's great, you know. So I'm just going to overkill there, and you know what? I'm going to use Ultimate here for the EX charge and for the overkill. Like, I don't care, I'm just going to spam Ultima with Kuja. Like, I don't need to do anything else. In fact, this should actually kill the small wolf as well. Yeah, it does. There we go. And we use that Divine Blast. And there, it batteries everyone with damage dealt. So here I am actually going to just use Laser Whip. I'm not going to degenerate her. Oh, look at that, 22k. 22k. That's something else. And you are out of here. Hopefully Kuja will have the first turn, which he does. Overkill on everything. And you can see our Ifrit summon is almost charged, and we're at the final wave with a lot of time to spare, which is excellent. I'm definitely going to set B back here. So let's see what turn rate we get. We will get Kuja going second. So I'm going to use... so let's see. Okay, so we can use Ultima here. We will break A. Kuja will take a turn after Quistis, which is fine. So here we can use Degenerator on A to get the debuffs up. So we've got the debuff aura up, and then we bring in our friend Quistis, who will she will use Homing Whip to get the buff up and hit like a truck in the process, as we see. I will use Divine Blast, which should prevent our third Quistis from being broken. So we want to focus our attacks on A because A has the debuff. So we use Homing Whip again outside of summon. We have to use it outside of summon for the most damage or the most effectiveness because we don't get the you know, the Bahamut boost. And now we summon and just absolutely destroy these things. So I want to take down, I want to focus attacks on one of them, because the other one will kind of use its little, so yeah, so I'm gonna kill A with Rosa, no questions about it. I want to focus my attacks on one of them, because when you kill it, then it will cause the other one to clear debuffs and go into rage mode, basically. So yeah, see that? If I look at the HP bar, that is more than enough for Rosa to take care of A, so I'm going to focus my damage on B as much as possible. And I'm going to use Homing Whip here because we are going to need to save at least one ability. And see, we're doing almost 7,000 damage per hit anyway, so that's really not the end of the world. And yeah, I could easily here do like 70k damage on B, which I think I'm actually going to do. I'm actually going to use the full overflow on B. I think that's the most efficient thing we can do here. Like, look at that, that is just amazing. So here we have 2 turns left of the friend. I'm going to take out A. And I had to do it that turn because this turn that thing would definitely do this. And we do this. And then this should finish it. I hope. Oh, bollocks! I'm 1 turn out. You can actually finish it in 22 turns, which I did last time. And I got like 550k or something, but this should still be a pretty good score without launching. Obviously Rosa's boosted as well, so that goes without saying. Yeah, 532. So if I'd have saved 1 more turn, I would have got to 556. But you know what? I think this is good enough. I think this sates my desire, both for to break the 500k barrier, but also to show off Rosa a little bit as well. Obviously she's boosted in this quest, so it really kind of inflates how good she is. But I just love the fact that she can aura, she has an EX with 150% overflow, and she can just keep attacking. Like, I can't guarantee that I'm going to continue to use her into the Cosmos era, but at the very least, at least I've got her for a short while, and then when her EX weapon comes back in the Chaos era and she gets her EX plus, she is probably gonna never leave my party because she becomes one of the best characters in the game. So those of you who have pulled for her, rest assured that you've made a very good investment, and it'll definitely pay dividends in about 9 months' time if you're still playing the game. Okay, so now that that's finished, I will see you guys later. And I'll see you in the next video. Not entirely sure which one I'm going to put up next, but whatever it is, I'll see you then. So, cheers.